this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a marvelous day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your thumbs up, for your comments, and thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. Well, y'all, you know that our journey in America has been interesting and it has been challenging. And if we thought that we knew what was right or wrong or fair or just, we probably found out somewhere along the way that people didn't agree with us. What seems right to us might not seem right to somebody else. What seems fair to us or what seems just to us may not seem fair or just to somebody else, even though we might be reading the same Bible, believing in the same God, praying to the same God, singing the same songs of praise and worship, going to the same types of churches. But they don't want for us what they want for themselves. They don't see us as being equal in the kingdom of the God that we all say we believe in. And that is what we have experienced during our sojourn in America. Somebody took this aerial view of a section of the United States legislature during the State of the Union address from the president a few days ago. And in this group, I think I see two black people. What we see sitting here, somebody said, is a bunch of old white men. They are running the country. They don't believe in fairness as we call fairness. They got a lot of affirmative action on the front end in the inception of this country. We got none. They got a lot of whatever they wanted on the front end. Now that they've gotten their position, they've gotten what they want, their materialism and so forth. Now they've decided they're against everything that they have that we might want. They're against affirmative action, and they didn't rest until they got that overturned by the Supreme Court. And now they're going after DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. Well, they don't want any diversity, any equity, or any inclusion for anybody that doesn't look like this group that's sitting up there now. Someone by the name of Dave Ryder on the X platform, and this is his avatar, wrote this. He said, "Watching the Republicans at the State of the Union address, I was struck by many things, like, look at all these old white men trying to force a multiracial, diverse America of all ages into their narrow, Christian, nationalist, conservative view. A group of old white men all dressed in blue suits with red ties, I suppose, to emulate their disgusting pig of a leader." And we know he's talking about Donald Trump. He says they refuse to cheer or even acknowledge such things as patriotism, our veterans, good health care, infrastructure, clean drinking water for kids, education for kids, stopping fentanyl, keeping America safe, NATO, job growth, or massive drops in inflation and crime. And he's absolutely right. They refuse to cheer for those things which are supposed to be good American values, except that they're afraid that those values might extend to somebody that doesn't look like them. A pall of fear hung over these old white men. Fear of stepping out of line. One angry word of contempt from Trump could spell their doom, and they knew that tyrant was watching their every move. But also, the whole MAGA party is bathed and drenched in fear. Fear of change, fear of people who look differently and have different religious beliefs, fear of a future with powerful women, fear of disenchanted young people, a youth movement that they don't understand, and maybe most of all, fear of losing their positions of power to these things they are afraid of. I agree with Dave Ryder. These men are afraid. Mainly, they're afraid of losing power. They live well in Washington, D.C. They get rich in Washington, D.C. They can go up there poor, but they're going to leave rich. And they're going to be treated like very important people while they're there. They have a seat in the seat of power in what everybody calls the most powerful nation on earth, the richest nation on earth, the most influential nation on earth. With all of those superlatives, you would think they would be secure and they wouldn't be afraid of black students getting a decent education, of women being able to work and making a fair salary. They wouldn't be afraid of making sure that communities of color have clean drinking water, that their neighborhoods are safe so they're not afraid of their children walking out the door or going to a dance on a Saturday night, or people wouldn't be afraid to go to church for fear somebody's going to come and massacre the whole place because they're angry or fearful of something that nobody knows about but them. So these are the men that are leading our country. Men who are afraid of the people that they are supposed to be serving. And yes, they're afraid of Donald Trump, but not because they're afraid of Donald Trump. They are afraid of what he can do. He can snatch all of that smugness away from them, sitting up in the hollow halls of Congress with a smirk on their faces like they're gods of the universe. They know with one or two words from Donald Trump, they're out of there and they're back wherever they came from, back in the land of obscurity. That is what they fear most of all. So where does that leave us as a country? God help us, and let's keep each other lifted up in prayer. Okay, y'all, thank you for listening. Let me know what you think about the video. Subscribe to the channel. Give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, share the video. And as always, have a great day.